Girl with a Chinese girl. That was wicked going out with a Chinese girl. Could you imagine if her and I had gotten serious? Could you imagine that wedding? You know how much rice would have been at that wedding? Nobody would be allowed to throw it at the bride and groom. Our parents would just freak out. What the hell are you doing? They're wasting the food. I told you not to invite white people to the wedding. They throw the bloody food around. Let's go to their weddings and throw mashed potatoes at them.
When I was a kid, I was very close to my grandmother, and she used to sing a song to me that's always kind of meant something to me, and I'd like to do this for you right now. It's kind of a sentimental thing. Maybe it has no place in a comedy show, but I think the audience is a little more sophisticated now, and they don't have to do all the comedy. I think it's possible to come out here, do something a little more meaningful, maybe something that has a message. So right now I'd like to take this time out and sing the song my grandmother used to sing to me when I was just a little boy.
You would not believe the motherlode I just dropped. And that's how I like to keep it, leaving not a trace that I was ever here, let alone that I just birthed a creamy behemoth from my cavernous bowels.
Nothing is worse than stinking up the shared toilet at work, or the toilet at a party,
or your lover's apartment. Of course, flushing removes the graphic evidence. Maybe 2 or 3 flushes if your skid marks are as tenacious as mine.
And he grabbed me, and he hauled me in, and I thought I was in for the strapping of my life, you know? What he did is he pulled out his big cigar. Must have been half the size of my arm, this giant cigar. Stuck it in my mouth, lit it up, made me smoke it all the way through, right to the end. That's when I started smoking cigars real heavy, so that didn't work out very good. How about that, huh?
And I was a very, very driven Boy Scout, driven everywhere I was. And such a crap joke. Other nights I never even said it because I thought it's so crap. I'm just laughing that you laughed. Anyway.
Start with the easy stuff. First of all, I juggle 1. Now, 2. Now, 3. The over-the-shoulder trick. Now, under the leg.
Gates, I was reading about Bill Gates, owner of Microsoft. He has $85 billion. Here's a guy who could lose $80 billion and still have 5 fucking billion.
Oh, mijn as. Oh, ik kom even kijken, het goed. Perfect, hè? Oh.
Unbelievable to me. I've had to argue evolution my entire life. I think it's fabulous that people have the faith to believe that it all took place in 7 days. But you know what? The way I look at it, evolution is a very important thread in the larger tapestry that I like to call reality! Fossils! Fossils! Fossils, you idiots! Fossils! Fossils! I win!
Much cooler, you know. I experimented with drugs in high school. Not a good thing to do, but before you try any sort of drug, you know, there's that scary story that goes along with it. You know, like, I know this girl who tripped on acid and she died. You know, but before she did, she cleaned her whole house.
There's something wrong with it. Like, I was thinking the other day that you can figure out how bad a person you are by how soon after September 11th you masturbated, like how long you waited. And for me, it was between the two buildings going down. So I have a feeling that I had to do it. I had to. Otherwise, they win. That's the way I was looking at it at the time. It was a strange time for all of us.